do is react to
videos.
music videos.
Right.
So
So when they're reacting to music videos,
I got a buddy who makes music who gives me 100% access to all his albums. He just wants the free promotion. So you definitely probably want to hit him up. He's a good guy. He just likes the free advertisement.
There you go, free advertisement.
Can you guys tweet it out since we had a Florida internet lag spike?
Yeah.
I'll retweet the first person that tweets it.
Gotta love Florida.
But yeah, I'll hook you up with my friend though, man. He just wants the free advertisement. But
heck yeah, man. So he doesn't mind it being used in like just regular videos as well.
You have to talk to him about it, but I'm sure he'd be open to it.
I could use that as well, but yeah, the video.
His music is fire. He just dropped his last album last week, and it's fire. So
it's burning.
Definitely want to check him out. I had him on my show. When you guys get a chance, 1v1.
Put it in Discord or in DM on Twitter.
Yeah, okay, I sure will. I can't right this second, but I will as soon as I get my hands free.
Sorry about that, guys. For those of you that are in the chat right now, had a little technical difficulty, but we're getting everything going right now.
And we'll make sure to go back and say everything we said for the first 45 minutes, exactly how we said it, just to make sure it's all in one stream.
Flamish said he's going to sing a song for everybody.
No, what? No, I didn't agree.
Is the song called Death Nut?
No.
It's probably called Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood are always home.
Oh, we got to be careful, guys.
Well,
nothing's saying we can't sing it.
Yeah, can I? What if I sing it and it's so accurate?
Nope, that doesn't count.
No, that's fair use.
Heck yeah, man! All right, that's the entertainment on my streams from now on. I'm just gonna freaking sing everything.
You gonna be rapping and playing a guitar?
Well, that'd be hard to do with the controller in my hand.
I have my piano behind me. I just have to learn the song. That's all.
Stephanie wants Flamish to sing.
What? No.
Yes. Flamish, she's requesting you to sing Boys in the Hood.
I don't know that song. What song is that actually?
He only knows Belgian folk music.
You need to learn Boys in the Hood. That's your pull up, Google the lyrics, and you're gonna be like, "What?"
You can sing in Flemish, like make an intro song for Four Guys Recorders in Flemish.
Is it from Easy E?
From Easy E.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, do a freestyle about Snoopkiss.
I can't rap. That's like my worst thing ever. I can change my voice from high to low.
No. That's enough of that. Well, Flamish is done with his singing career. It ended as quick as it started.
I haven't started yet.
Flamish,
I think
we didn't get to you on this DMCA stuff, right? You said you got some stories from 8 years ago.
I got a story from 8 years ago when I was a wee little lad. I was only 21 years old. Was living with my foster father back in the day, and I was streaming on Twitch back then. And I had like 10 viewers like at the time, like all the time. It was very fun to do. And I always did the same thing. So I had 1 hour doing my shows, and I was streaming like 4 or 5 hours every day. Because I did need to work. I worked like in the cafe below where I live, because we ran a cafe, like a bar. And on the side, I did my streaming stuff as a hobby, I would say. And yeah, it was very fun. Like I always did those. Like you give me any link you want, and I put it on the stream, and we react to it together and stuff. So I was maybe one of those early channels where people react to stuff they see and stuff. And I was always like putting music on that was like copyright and everything. Now I know better, of course, but back in the day, Twitch didn't think about all that stuff. Like, I think there was... How long does Twitch exist exactly?
I don't
8
know,
years,
but YouTube,
10 years?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
would
think
say
it's been that long, has it?
between 8
Wow.
to 10 years, I would think.
Really?
Probably before you were born, Flemish.
No. I'm 29 clowns. How can you forget?
YouTube's like that disciplined father, while Amazon or Twitch was like that cool uncle that gave you a 20 every now and then.
Yeah. Actually, I do still have some pictures from back in the day, which is funny. I got an intro from my old name and stuff. No, OnlyFans. Everybody wants me to open an OnlyFans or something. I don't know what's going on. Like, do they have some dreams over here? What's going on? Like the Belgium guy on OnlyFans?
I guess you'll find out once you do it.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, right?
Nah, I'm not gonna try.
Why not? Why not?
I don't know. I don't know.
Never know, man.
I never been to that site before, so I don't even know what I have to.
It's all right. I'm sure you might find when you get there.
You might get that fame you've always been looking for.
Exactly.
Z Black Rider says, if you can sing the Russian national anthem, he'll give you a follow.
But the funny thing is, Black Rider, you already follow me.
Hey,
oh wait, so you basically just told him to unfollow you until you could sing it.
hey, send the
Do you
follow.
know what? I'll think about it and maybe do it on my charity stream. I'll think about it. But no, yeah, I think it has a little bit to do with the growth as well, because if you look at the Twitch growth over the last years, it's been growing so much, and it's been growing so much for a long time.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I think it's just like the growth and like putting all those structures together. Even YouTube has still trouble with DMCAs, right? They're using an automated system to see if everything's copyrighted and stuff. Like if Twitch would do the same thing and make everything automated, that would be horrible. So I don't think they really had to structure, like they have to do something now, but I don't think they have the infrastructure to really go after the copyright system. So yeah, they basically go manually through all the videos, I guess, to delete them. But they had some stuff that they actually deleted the audio from your vault before. If you posted music and there's no audio in your vault anymore for the certain time when the music was played. So I don't know. Yeah.
And just to follow up, Justin TV, man, before it became Twitch, it literally allowed you to stream everything. I'm talking about pay-per-views, TV, cable TV, everything.
Yeah, everybody was using that to like watch things that they didn't have to pay for, you know.
Exactly. It was that platform. So it's definitely.
I've got a question. Is it actually forbidden to stream like let's say BlizzCon? Everyone knows BlizzCon, right? And BlizzCon you actually need to pay for. Is that allowed to stream that to an audience?
You cannot. You cannot without permission.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know Justin what's his name again? Justin TV?
The interesting thing is the video games, technically, you know, we're being allowed to, but they could easily just shut it down if they wanted to, right? I mean,
have you seen the reaction from that one guy that made a bad comment about streamers need to pay? Yeah, that's never gonna happen, man. It's never gonna happen. ever that they're gonna not allow streamers to like stream the games because it makes so much publicity and gives the developers so much chance to actually show the game to the world.
Yeah, so look at Among Us, right? Among Us came out in 2018. It only became popular like a month or so ago because a streamer decided to put it on Twitch, and now it's made all kinds of dumb money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, they're not gonna take away that free publicity. And part of it is when you play a game, that's you doing something. That's you interacting. So it's like content creation. It's like playing a guitar. Even though you might play a melody that's from a song, you're playing the guitar. It's not someone else. So they can't monitor. You know what I mean? They can't take that from you.
Well, they're smart too, knowing the audience. Like, my daughter doesn't watch TV; she watches YouTube, right? She watches Twitch. She watches streams. So the majority of, I'm not going to say, maybe not the majority. I don't know the numbers 100%, but it seems like a lot of people just watch YouTube now and don't really watch TV anymore, right? So to have all these people have YouTube channels and streams promoting your game just everywhere, the video game industry has grown dramatically just by the sheer amount of presence that it has in just the everyday exposure to kids and what they're seeing on YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. So to take that away would be crazy.
Well, I would say there's a caveat to that, right? Because the Japanese companies still will hit you on some of their stuff because they feel like you're taking money out their pocket. I don't know why it's like that, but they do.
They're just late to the party, they'll get on board. I think Nintendo's even eased up,
Nintendo has eased up, but they have shut down a lot of channels.
Before, because they streamed their content. And they were actually paid servers before. Like they actually sometime like made you pay to use their content to stream or to make videos of it. Which is that's different. They tried that, they actually it didn't go over well. Let's say that.
There's something I want to say about this while we're on this topic, is that we made a video not that long ago on the news show that Flemish and I did, and I put WWE Battlegrounds in there, that new arcade wrestling game, and we got hit first by WWE for what they claimed was a live event, that we were airing like one of their live events that was pay-per-view. So I disputed that, and while that was in dispute, then Fox Networks came in and said that we were airing like a WWE live wrestling event, and they called it a different one. I can't remember what they called it, but it was pretty bad. And then by the time that WWE dropped theirs, then Fox decided to drop theirs. It was almost like they team up on you sometimes, and we didn't even have sound. It was just the video. So YouTube's content ID system is getting smarter, and they're identifying just the videos even without the audio, which I think is insane. Because
which is true.
And it's even funny because it's not the full screen. It's like the small screen in the like on the side, right? Like some people used to flip their video over to like trick the system, but that doesn't even work anymore.
No, they have an automatic algorithm. Because remember earlier this year when, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, Flemish. I just want to make this point. Remember the Last of Us 2 fiasco?
Yes.
Okay. There was an automated thing out there that not only hit YouTube videos, but also Facebook and Twitch. It was so bad that even when Sony was promoting their Last of Us 2, they got hit by their own automated system. they got their Twitter taken offline.
Yeah, I remember.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yo, they got their own stuff banned.
Yeah, Sony.
And they,
Sony strike themselves.
yes.
Yeah, with their own video. Yeah.
Yes. So it is an automated algorithm that reaches out and auto strikes or tags your stuff, and it's not always a manual person, right? It should be, because then they can kind of make a determination. Hey, this is nothing, right? But they have stuff. So and I'm gonna just let you know, clowns. If it's UFC, WWE, any of that stuff, they automatically, especially when they having a pay-per-view come up, they're automatically out looking for streams or any content that could be leaking. I am not playing with you. ESPN almost took my neck off when I was talking about the UFC event last week, and I was just talking about it. Okay, it wasn't like I was showing anything. So they have those things sitting out there, and far as how this ties in, yes, it shouldn't be that broad. That's that broad stroke I was talking about that YouTube does, that Twitch does not do. They can't do that. They literally have to use a scalpel and put together a system that can maybe flag it to let them see it first before they do anything about it. It should not be an actionable item off rip, because there's so much, like which mentioned before, people's channels getting taken down and they're innocent, right? They may not know the rules, they're innocent, they're not even sure what they did wrong, and it should be a system that allows interaction and engagement, because not even YouTube has that. If you get hit by YouTube, it's more of a hassle than anything to try and defend yourself. So it's I think, especially when it comes to the size of Twitch, you have to sit there and work through those, because the last thing you want to do is put a system in that does a broad stroke, and then 90% of your top earners are gone.
Yeah, it was even more funny for us because Capcom, who is just a game developer, right? Like a publisher. Sorry. They actually also like copyright claimed us with one of their, I think it was Resident Evil 7 or
Village. Yeah.
Yeah, Village. Yeah, they copyright claimed us on that one. Like,
no music, and it was us talking over it like we're doing like, like a news show, like no different than a typical news show. I dispute most of that stuff, and I tell them, listen, I'm like, I am like a journalist. I talk about the news, and under fair use, I have a right to use clips and images. It's not like a bread and butter thing for me. This is a news thing, no different than being on Fox or CNN. And I put that in all my disputes. Flamish just went ahead and just like took it out because he didn't want to deal with the hassle, but I will always dispute that stuff no matter what.
Yeah,
fight it.
It was it was new to me. Like I started managing the channel first, and then Clowns came in, and he was like, oh, okay, we'll distribute it, and I'm like, huh? I didn't know what that was. So yeah, you learned me a little bit about it. Clowns, you're a horrible driver, I have to say. Sorry.
Well, listen, I had some,
playing Forza or Wreckfest?
Wreckfest. Yeah, I had some issues on this one. My car was underpowered. But in all seriousness, I mean, going into next gen, I'm moving the topic along because I know Flemish has like retro renegades probably. But the next topic is that apparently Xbox has decided that they're going to change the way that they do their party chats, because apparently, currently right now, it's peer-to-peer. And that has been causing some DDoSing issues. Now, I know that when I used to play Rainbow Six Siege, if you would party up with random people on Siege, if they would invite you in, they would use like Wireshark or something and get your IP address, and then they would DDoS you while you're playing Siege against them. It was like a funny thing for them to do, and they'd make videos on it. I didn't really think it was widespread beyond the communities, like beyond that. But apparently Xbox is taking an approach similar to what they did with Skype a long time ago, where they're going to make it server-based. So it's to remove that peer-to-peer structure. I mean, and that does help some streamers, especially if you're a streamer, right? Let's say the Belgian sensation grows into like this massive audience like Justin Bieber or something, and you're in a party chat with him and you're like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and DDoS him while he's singing his Flemish song. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good thing. I think it's something that they should have done a long time ago, and it would probably help with a lot of issues that people have in parties anyway, where some people have a hard time connecting to each other. Then you got to back out, start a new party, reset your router, restart your Xbox. I mean, there's so many issues that just it being server based would have fixed anyway from the get go, and I'm surprised that Xbox hasn't taken the initiative to do this before. They did this with Skype, I think, around 2015. Finally. I want to go to you, Midway, because I know that you didn't really have a lot to say on the last topic, but what do you think about this, man?
It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. I mean, video games isn't far from the reach of bullies as well. I mean, I like that they're doing this now. I feel like they were probably waiting until the next generation to get it going for the technology and stuff like that, especially with the boxes being more capable of doing many things. Obviously this doesn't apply to me. I'm not a rager. I'm not somebody that likes to bash other people. I think the most offensive thing I will ever say to somebody is like, WTF, man. That's it. So I mean, yeah, I mean, this is I like it. I'm glad they're paying attention, and I hope that this will start to get rid of the trend of rager cyberbulliers.
Yeah, I mean it is a good step. PK, what do you think?
So, probably why they haven't touched on it before is because peer-to-peer is free. It's not something they have to monitor or maintain, right? So it's just ease of access. Not to say, and on top of that, they're now established with their Azure to be able to have those cloud-based server side options. So I think it was more or less that now it's gotten to the point where it's cheap enough to do it.
Okay.
And obviously there's security involved because now they can manage it server base and not have to wait to somebody, whole bunch of reports that actually can do more interactive because your profile is a roaming profile. It's just a lot of cool technology things come about, and now that we're going into the Azure infrastructure. We're probably already in there, but more than likely we're going to be more implemented going forward now that we have xCloud, et cetera, et cetera. So it just kind of makes sense. It all fits together, and to make it a seamless transition between xCloud, Xbox, PC, what have you. Because since you have a roaming profile, it's easier to put ACLs on your profile and do things like that. Also, it will also enhance the the chat quality, right? Because now we don't have to I forget what codec they use, but the chat quality will go up now that it's not peer to peer. And like you stated before, a lot of people are on Wi-Fi, so they don't port forward their stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of nets that are restricted, which keep people from connecting, communicating, and all that stuff. So if it's hosted server side, then we don't have to really worry about that. It will be a issue with that person connecting to the server and not to each other on that end. So technically wise, it's a good idea.
Fun. You got any thoughts on this?
I think it's just another improvement to services, from Xbox, and they just keep doing this stuff, and whether we're asking for it or not, they just keep improving things behind the scenes and making the entire experience better. Whether it's this has got multiple benefits, like these guys have been saying, whether it's to protect us from guys that are trying to just be jerks and ruin our experience, or whether it's to have less issues with party chat, because we have all been there where the more people start popping into party chat, you start having issues with connections, and you end up having to start new parties, create new parties, restart Xboxes, like they've been saying, and to have everything more seamless with less hassle and less troubleshooting. But shout out also to party chat, because before Discord, before PlayStation had party chat or anything, Xbox Live had party chat and brought us this that kind of changed the way we all interact, together with gaming, where we started forming little groups, where we play multiple games at the same time. And this is improving that experience to another level, just making it more seamless and with less hassles. So I'm excited. Any little thing they do that improves it overall. That's all I got.
Okay. Flamish, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, for me, back in the day on PC, because I know this back on PC, right? I've been playing PC since I was 3 years old. That was back on, oh my god,
that was 80 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got this long beard. I'm just hiding it somewhere. No, okay. So peer-to-peer back in the it's a bad experience overall. Like, you're connecting to someone's internet, and that's your connection. Like, if they're like far away, you got like a laggy game. Like back in Counter-Strike, it was actually an advantage to be the host of the server from peer-to-peer back in the time, because the others would lag and you would just snipe them off so easily. That was the trick I did when I was a kid. No one knows.
Wow, so mean.
Halo 2 shotgun host.
No, but overall, like, technology is only getting better, and this is just one step closer to getting that Azure cloud and like that internet experience we all want. So it's only getting better. So it's good they're getting rid of it somewhere.
I think to add on to that, I mean, Microsoft evolved from Skype to using Teams, and Teams is a much better client. So server to client, I'm thinking that they might be using that same technology on the back end, and that's probably what making it better, right?
Maybe. I mean, and plus, like you alluded to before, it's an easier way to monitor people. And I think as we're going into the future, we've seen with PlayStation updating their terms of service, got everybody all riled up about listening 5-second clips or whatever or whatnot. And then they said, oh no, it's just in case somebody in the party records you. It really wasn't. I mean, because people really don't have permission to record you unless you give them permission. So it had to be for Sony. And maybe this is a way for Microsoft to kind of enforce rules and toss and report violations to federal law enforcement if somebody says something that's kind of like, out of whack or all, out of a normal conversation. And they're probably gonna have to update their terms too. I mean, in the initial Windows 10 preview terms, when I read it a long time ago, it said that even if you type something on your keyboard that could be deemed a threat to yourself or others, they could still report that, but not like, I don't think they took any action on it. It was just something that was in there because it probably has to be in there. So maybe this is where it comes to fruition with the server based kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I work in cyber forensics, and pretty much anything you do on your machine can be held against you, even if you delete it. If you think, because you just never really truly delete it, let's be real. You guys think you have gotten rid of those and photos, but it's not gone. It's on your machine until you actually shred that drive. It's on there. But yeah, I think part of it is they have to say these things to cover themselves, right? That's part of the legality of it. So definitely have those things in place just in case, kind of thing. A CYB is what I usually call it, cover your butt. And yes, I agree with you 100%, clowns. That's probably the case.
Yeah. And I know that what you said, working in cybersecurity, that stuff's never truly deleted. And there was things where you could shred files over and over with DoD standards multiple times, like 12, 16, 32, 48 times in a row, and then re-encrypt what you shredded and then shred it again and write it over with zeros. And I think that was one way people were trying to get stuff from, so that it wasn't recoverable. And then Linux can do some amazing things sometimes when you hook up Linux and you use like forensic stuff on Linux. I had a client a long time ago that had to get lost photos, and she had deleted her drive maybe like 6 or 7 times and installed new operating systems on it. And with Linux, I was able to look in empty spaces and repiece pictures together. And man, were there some really weird pictures on there that she asked me to repiece together.
Absolutely.
I haven't
You
done
wouldn't believe
stuff
some of
like
the
that
tools you
in
can use.
yeah, I haven't done it in years, so I only imagine it's gotten better.
Oh yeah, more expensive, but yes,
Yeah.
gotten better.
Excuse me, guys, while I go shred all my hard drives.
Well, don't only shred them. I mean, demagnetize them, drop them in water. Like do a whole bunch of stuff.
No, water wouldn't do good. Just get neodymium magnet, the strongest magnet on Earth, and just put it over there.
Take it
It's
to the
gonna be
recycling
good.
plant and watch them recycle it.
No, take one of those shredders. The shredders are fun.
Flamish has a bunch of his OnlyFans test pictures on his hard drive right now.
He's already.
Come on, guys.
Flamish already has a plan, like to shred stuff that he's been watching. He hasn't told us yet, but he's like,
well, he's in Belgium, so the laws don't apply. U.S. laws don't apply to him.
Yeah, but don't Euro laws have longer retention? I believe on servers. So
really,
yeah, Euro has longer retention laws, but it's more.
Oh, that's right, they do.
Yeah,
because they changed it last year. I think you have to hold it up to 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the new GDP thing that we had to all go through in cybersecurity.
Yeah,
15 years, man.
The only difference is in Europe they have to tell you if you're being served a warrant. I think that's what one of the biggest differences are.
So, but that's good for me because I'm not going to do.
So he's prepared. See, he's like, 15 years.
You're using
You're using my words against me. Don't put words into my mouth.
Using your alter ego. Sorry, man.
Yeah, my wife's brother is actually like super into computers and everything, and he always told us don't throw away your computer, your PC tower, because people could get your information off the hard drive if they really wanted to, and do all that. Even if you like think you've gotten everything off, you know what I mean. So I have actually like 5 computers in my garage right now that are like old.
It's called dumpster diving, but yes, they do that.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you see those things be destroyed. Magnets are good. Is magnets is the first way, and then I would before I would get rid of stuff a long time ago, I would let it sit like in chemical water for like hours upon hours, maybe days sometimes.
What? How do you know all that stuff?
From that? You know, there's free Linux software that help you wipe them, like you said, overwrite them with zeros and ones. That you can use depending on the size of the drive. Depends on how quick it can get done. Like anything over 100 gigs, it'll be like 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah,
I've got the feeling there are some criminals in this chat at the moment.
Relax. This is what I do for a living, bro.
Yeah, don't worry, Flamish. They're not after people that play video games. They're after people that do a lot more dangerous and deadly stuff than that. That's like nothing. They don't even care about that half the time.
Yes, I'm a gamer on my.
Okay.
Why you feeling
Don't
so
worry,
type of way?
Flemish.
Wait a minute.
No, nothing.
Don't worry, Flat.
I can act, No.
He's actually surfing your computer right now as you speak, Flemish. You just don't even know it.
Don't tell him that.
But my computer is only like 6 months old. No, from me.
It didn't shut off on its own, Flemish.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Hey,
yeah,
Flemish.
the weird thing is my RAM sticks always glow even when the PC is off. I can still recharge my headset.
Hey, Flemish, when that light comes on where your camera is, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Oh no, it's my microphone. Since I plugged my microphone in, the red light on top is always blinking, like it's always on. It's like it's recording every word I say all the time, even when.
It's not. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't believe all that stuff, man.
Well, I'm sorry to derail the topics.
Oh,
there.
that's all right. I mean, that's a good. I like that topic. Me and you could do a cybersecurity show. I would love that.
Yo.
So, as we're talking about cybersecurity, I just want to let you guys know that Facebook, the most privacy-friendly place on earth, is launching.
I heard the sarcasm in your voice.
Yes. It's like the yellow pages of modern day, and nobody realizes it, So they're launching a cloud gaming-based service, except it's not going after the hardcore gamers. It's going after like the casual market, and it seems to be cashing in on mobile gaming. It's supposed to be like, hey, you're on Facebook, you want to log into the Facebook cloud, and you tap on a mobile game, and it instantly loads. Now, this is interesting because this is more like browser-based, right? So this is one way to get around the Android, Google Store, and iOS Store policies of in-game microtransactions.
Mainly iOS, but yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Flemish, I know why you need to go. You need to delete your hard drive. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be super significant, at least for a majority of us gamers. But I think, in a demographic where mobile gaming is really popular, it's going to hit that 3 billion market. And a lot of people are going to take off hyper casuals, as they call them, on their way to office, work, or in the bathroom, sitting on the commode, the proper term there. Using that kind of stuff. So, Fun, let me go to you on this. What do you think? Do you think this is a big deal? You think anybody should care about this?
You think so? It seems like it's kind of more after the same kind of market. Maybe it's like Apple Arcade. That kind of deal, right?
Yeah, it's like more mobile based.
So, I mean, I think it has potential. I don't know what Apple Arcade's numbers are as far as how well they've done, but I know that. What was that farmers game that was on Facebook for a long time?
Farmville,
yeah, like games like that. Candy Crush. It's good for a different audience altogether. I don't know. Is this like do you have to pay for this?
No, right now it's free. You can test it out. I don't know if they'll eventually charge for it.
For the type of games that are going to be on it, I think it seems like it might just be a way of getting maybe a better quality of games through the browser, potentially. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what the utilization is of it for, because Facebook is all browser based anyway, right? It's all, is it like Flash games pretty much?
I mean, Flash is kind of outdated now because of all the security bugs, but yeah, it's probably like HTML5 and Java.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, those games are so accessible everywhere anyway. So I don't really, I may be the wrong person to ask about this because I don't really know what the point is if it's already so easily accessible through browsers with Facebook and stuff, unless they're looking to improve the kind of games that can be on their service. That's the only thing I could think of.
Froggy said he tried it the other day, and it ran pretty smoothly for an Android game. He said they're streaming higher end Android games, so maybe higher end.
That's why, yeah. So they want to get into that like a little bit better like mobile game market, because they've been limited, I guess, on the browser-based games. So I think it may be for like my mom, who sits in her apartment and she plays Candy Crush. This might be a way for her to discover a different kind of game than she would have ever had before. But as far as I don't think it's a big deal, honestly. Like casual gaming to me is a huge market, and it's always going to be a huge market, but it's nothing that I really think about, So,
Flamish, since you got to go soon, what do you think about this? Are you gonna sit there and play Candy Crush on the Facebook Gaming app, or you actually gonna play Candy
in Russian? While singing in Russian.
I
touching your candy
played
balls.
Farmville back in the day with my family, actually. Like we were all into it for some time, which is weird. But yeah, don't really have too much to say on this topic, actually, which is a first.
What? Let's hear that song then.
Yeah. Have you learned the Russian anthem yet, Flamish?
I have not heard it yet. I need to hear it first. I do know the Kazakhstan one from Borat.
In my mind, I don't know why, but I think of the intro music to Command & Conquer.
When you hear the Kazakhstan?
No, for the Russian anthem. Just the opening Command & Conquer music, the marching.
I don't even know.
The
only thing I'm thinking about is probably like the communism like clicker game. That's like.
Well, it's Nod versus GDI. You need to go play Command & Conquer.
Command & Conquer from back in the day. Hold on, PC.
They just had a remaster.
Yeah, I probably have to buy it someday. Probably next year then. Or maybe I'll try it. But not for now. No, I cannot say too much about this topic. Sorry, it's a little bit like I don't know. I'm drawing a blank, I think, about this.
Well, Flamish, I do want to let you know that you still have one person in Russia that is watching right now. I'm probably waiting for that Russian anthem that you promised to sing in Flemish language.
I heard that. You promised?
Yeah,
you can't go back on your promise.
I didn't promise.
Can't go back on your promise.
But I know I never go back on my promises. I always keep my words. But I didn't promise. No.
Isn't it called like Mother Russia or something?
I don't know at all.
I have no idea. I think it's funny you said that though.
Maybe I'll record a video of it so you can play it next time or something planned. I'll think of something. Maybe Saturday.
I have the lyrics in front of me, but I can't sing it because I don't know what any of it means.
Or you can sing the Boys in the Hood song.
Lyrics.
But clowns, you could play it on the stream, but you might get a copyright strike.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, you're probably right.
You can put the lyrics on the screen. And then Flemish can sing it.
Somebody actually said in one of the chats that as we were talking about the copyright stuff is when I lost internet connection. So they were joking that maybe that's what happened. I mean, who knows? Is a possibility.
Yeah, actually, I found the English translation of the song on the bottom the 1944 version of 1977.
Somebody says a $5 super chat is Flamish sings something. Ooh.
So Flamish, it's called the State Anthem of the Russian Federation, and it's in C major. Go.
I don't even know what C major is.
I thought you had that beautiful singing voice.
I put the first lyrics in the chat.
Okay, hold on. Let me try. Okay.
I don't know how close is Belgian to Russian.
It's not gonna work. That's what I'm gonna say. No, I'm not gonna try now. I have to practice. I cannot do it like that.
Can you hum any video game music?
Give us Halo.
Yeah.
No. What? Hold on. What do you think of Super Mario?
Yeah. Okay. Do it. Let's hear it.
Hold on.
Don't tell me you have to look this up, Flamish.
I need.
Start
It's
clicking.
the tune. I forgot the tune.
Da, 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 da.
You can't lead them on.
Okay. Bum 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 bum
What the hell is
There we
that?
go. All right, now go to the dungeon. I think he passed.
I don't know if I call that a pass.
Invincibility.
Flemish. Have you? I'm gonna ask you. Have you seen the Super Mario TV show before?
No.
That's actually.
Oh, the movie?
Actually has. No, it's a TV show. It actually has lyrics. Maybe you should look at that and then sing that next time. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
No,
man.
I
really need to go, Clans.
So Bex says you should stick to Spice Girls.
If you want to be my lover. Okay.
He knew that one right off the top of his head.
I know. He's in that in the shower.
Yeah, I practiced that. I practiced that song for over an hour to get it right on the show from the first time.
He bought the ringtone back in the day for $3.
I was actually thinking of maybe buying that costume for Saturday, but it's a little bit too pricey. So
just wear your OnlyFans costume for Saturday.
Okay, hold on. Z Black Ride is asking me 3 words. I can do 3 words. Zvias.
You might want to translate that first to make sure he's not trying to trick you into saying something crazy.
Yeah, because we do have somebody watching from Russia on goodgame.ru, so somebody is hanging out with us. Whoever that is, you are awesome. Just letting you know.
It's a bot.
One bot? I don't know.
Hold on. I got the
bot.
translation. Our secret state. That's the sacred state. That's the thing. So I'll try. Okay, I'll try. One thing. Okay. Sia zviaznienia nasha держава.
I think the FBI just knocked on my door.
Class, see what you got here from Stephanie. That's
yeah.
See, even my burpee spice is coming up there. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for that donation, Stephanie.
Yay.
That's a pity super chat.
You're making Flemish blush right now, probably.
Bless you, Stephanie, for that super chatty.
And Z Black Rider says 0 Russia forever. I'll buy that. Oh, maybe Flemish. Maybe you have a career in singing. That could be your OnlyFans. You sing privately for a group of people.
Yep, sing privately. I like how that sounds.
Privately by yourself in the shower, Flamish. Nowhere else, please.
I always sing in the shower. That's a problem.
That's the best time to do your OnlyFans.
What's your go-to song in the shower, Flamish?
Mostly sing Linkin Park.
Oh, he Mitzi! Oh, yeah. Wow!
Shower, you're like, and in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, don't butcher the song. Please.
Oh! Shots fired from the Belgian sensation.
Across the nation, clowns. Don't forget it. God damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Got the ribbit.
I don't even think we got We got to midway on this cloud game and stuff, do we?
Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Clowns, you can do the outro for me. You know where to find me anyway, so.
Yep, I will.
Okay.
Find you
See you later, guys.
Somewhere.
Was
see
fun having you all. Also see you in chat, guys. Flemish out. Bye.
You can find Flamish on his hard drive with all of his photos.
Where he's taking a hammer to secretly delete it because he thinks that PK has been spying on him now through his webcam.
Yeah. He's not paranoid, is he?
No, I don't think so.
Well, now he is.
You guys are terrible.
Flamish is fun. He's cool.
Flamish could do a duet with Fun Speculation. Avis says.
Oh, I'll sing. my wife's actually secretly taped me singing like some school thing for my daughter yesterday. I was like joking around, and she put it on Twitter.
Oh wow, that's bad.
It was a song about soil.
Oh, nice. It's like one of those songs you just make up randomly.
No, it's like, anybody who's been doing like school at home with their kids or whatever, they have this thing called vocabulary, and they have these like other things where they have these songs that are like two real songs, but they like sing about subjects. So this was a song about soil in the form of Royals by Lord.
Okay. I did that.
What was it? And we can always be soil.
Yeah, something like that. And then we can watch the plants grow. Crap like that. I don't know. But hey, it's on Twitter, thanks to my wife.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That is pretty funny.
About to go viral.
It is. Yeah, it is gonna go viral now. I'm sure that you mentioned it. Fun. People are gonna look that up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be viral in Russia.
Well, we got one person in Russia watching, but they do listen to the podcast feed. There's actually a lot of people in Russia that listen to the podcast feed for some reason. Yeah, I don't know how or why, but they picked it up and they're listening to us. Maybe when they hear Flamish, the listeners will increase after that. But to try to get this back on topic, Midway, this Facebook game and cloud game and stuff, that even if it's more powerful Android games, is this something that you could see yourself using?
I gotta see like what kind of games are gonna be coming out with it. Like I got Game Pass Ultimate and will be more capable to use when I start using xCloud, which I know what kind of games I'm getting with the xCloud. So I'm not really much of a Farmville guy, I think I tried it for like a week and everything died. I just didn't have time. So yeah, I mean it's just I gotta see what kind of catalog they have before I can speak on how interested I am.
Okay. I mean, that sounds fair. I looked at it and I didn't see anything that like really stuck out to me. And I really hope that they don't really start charging for it. I just don't. I mean, I wouldn't pay for it, but it's not to say that somebody else wouldn't pay at the same time. PK,
are you saying real quick? Are you saying that you won't? Are you saying that you won't pay Luna prices for Facebook gaming?
No, absolutely not. No, I'd rather pay Luna prices for Luna. I wouldn't. How much is Stadia?
Stadia? You have to buy your games, and if you want it 4K, you gotta pay $10 a month.
Oh yeah, forget that. That's
so if Facebook started having like major games,
if it was just a subscription, it wouldn't be so bad. But since you got to purchase the games too, it makes it kind of worse.
Yeah,
Stadia, I don't get it.
So they may have to change their structure a little bit.
Well, plus you can't even the new Chrome stick or whatever doesn't even come with the app built in, right?
The Google TV.
Yeah.
No, you can play Game Pass Ultimate on it though.
It's like, what sense does that make? Like if you're really behind your product and you have your mainstream device that is for accessing content on a TV, right? To not have your gaming platform already loaded on.
Well, they don't have the YouTube integration either, but that they promised.
Crazy.
PK, what do you think about it?
So I think it'll be successful because it's already established platform, right? My mom plays Facebook games religiously. She's never been a gamer in her whole life, but she is addicted to Words with Friends and whatever that puzzle game you guys mentioned. And so one, they're trying to get out there just like Microsoft is and Amazon, right? Because we know that iOS specifically have a problem with game streaming on their platform. It breaks their quote unquote terms of service, is what they say. But the cool thing is that they're gonna reach the audience that probably won't pick up a console or probably won't pick up a PC or any of that kind of stuff. And I think that's their goal. Because just like Phil Spencer said, there are billions of gamers out there, not millions. So it doesn't matter how many consoles you sell if you only reach the same amount of people. So since Facebook's already established with billions of people on it, it's easy to get them to transition to play their games because most of them are already doing it, and it makes them play even more games. If you get what I'm saying, gets them more involved. And as of right now, since there's no subscription, there's no deterrent in playing the game. Though I do feel like we're in this situation where back in the day, remember when the Xbox started out and it was digital only, and well, I'm talking about Xbox One, right? Digital only trading games was a big thing, and DRM and all this crazy stuff, and people was upset about it. It was a big deal. And now 7 years later, most of us play digital only games and have an internet only connection, and et cetera, et cetera. So now we're in this situation where the transition is going to streaming. And again, we're at this thing where people are like, it's not a big deal. I don't see myself doing it. And I guarantee you in 7 years, there'll be more people actually streaming or using their streaming platform to play games. Not saying it's going to replace, but it's definitely going to be there as an option, I believe.
Okay, I mean, that's fair enough. Well, the last topic I want to get into, because Retro Renegades is going on now as well, and I hate to cut into their time, but the main focus of the YouTube thumbnail was that Halo Infinite is going to have some microtransactions. I don't know if you guys had a chance to kind of like read the article. But I mean, I don't know if it's even that big of a deal. I mean, some people are making a big deal out of it, that it has microtransactions and it's going to have more microtransactions than maybe some of the past Halo games because there's more customizations for the skins on the players, like different. I guess like in the armor, there's like 7 or 8 different places where you can customize it, and they're just going to make it more customizable with microtransactions. Now they are saying that the term is coding, as what they call it, but you're going to be able to earn some of this in game. You're not necessarily going to have to always want to purchase stuff. You can also get your hands on some of the skins right now by purchasing sugary snacks or shopping at GameStop. So I don't know. I mean, I don't to me, honestly, I don't think that it's something that can ruin the game's image unless like a journalist blows this way out of proportion. I was a guy that I liked loot boxes, but I knew what was going to come down on them just because of the way that it was predatory to kids. And I honestly, I like microtransactions and customizations for games that I enjoy. Like, I like to customize it. It doesn't really affect the end game stuff, you know? Now, if I could buy a weapon in Halo that's OP, then that's different, but it doesn't seem to be anything like that. It's just skins. Uh, PK, I want to go to you first on this one. What do you think about that?
So I would say, have anybody played Gears 5, Halo 5, even Overwatch, etc.? Has anybody played these games?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And they all have microtransactions. Am I right?
Yep.
Do they break the game?
Nope.
No.
Okay. And that should be the end of it, I would think. Is that it doesn't, it's just kind of like you alluded to. They're just cosmetics. You can spend money on them if you want, but more than likely it'll be like you can still earn them the old-fashioned way, in-game currency. So I don't see that a big deal. Of course, they're gonna have stuff exclusive to if you buy it, but it's cosmetics. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't stop you from moving forward in the game. It doesn't stop you from enjoying the game. So, I don't see that as a problem. I think people want to, especially when it comes to, and I hate to say this, but to me, I feel like when it comes to being a Microsoft fan or Xbox fan, it's just cool to hate on the Xbox guy. I really believe that. I believe it's more or less that kind of situation where anything they do, they're going to magnify. It's not good when Microsoft does it. It's kind of like buying Bethesda. It's just, they shouldn't be able to do that kind of thing, and it's bad for gaming, but it's okay when, Sony buys a studio, or, but it's not okay when Microsoft does it, kind of thing. So I think it's more or less that kind of noise, because what most multiplayer games have this kind of system, because like even Destiny, right? Um, Lots of games have this system because they're games as a service now. They're not just a one and done. They're not a single player title. They're trying to fund keeping this game around for years to come. So yes, they got to find some way to incentivize you to spend money, and that's understandable. And that should go for anything like this, right?
Yeah,
Am
I
I?
mean, that makes sense.
I'm not trying to talk. I just wanted a little feedback from that. So yeah, far as it having microtransactions, I think people are just trying to reach and trying to start something, start a fire that's not there. It's like, who cares? At the end of the day, every multiplayer game has some sort of microtransaction on it, just for the nature of it. I mean, Fantasy Star is the hugest microtransaction game. It made more money coming to North America than it has the last 8 years, and it's all cosmetics. You don't need it to play the game. The game is free. It's the same idea. Genshin Impact, a gotcha game. People spent money to get this gotcha stuff going. So it's that idea that, hey, it's only bad when they do it, but all these other games is doing the same thing. That's normal. Like, come on, man. Anybody got feedback on that?
I'll take my turn.
I'm sorry. I was trying to read the Russian chat, but yeah. So, yeah, fun. Go ahead.
So, like, this was anybody that didn't expect this when they said that it was going to be free to play. I mean, like, it should be obvious, right? I mean, when they said the multiplayer is free to play, it's like, okay, they're going with this kind of business model. And as long as they keep it to like cosmetics and that kind of stuff, that's cool, because you look at games like, not to say Infinite is going to be Fortnite, right? But you look at games like that where they have legs, like they're going into year 3 or 4 now. I don't even know, right? And it's because they keep fresh content coming out that people pay for, but they also keep the game fresh and alive over time by updating the game, coming out with new stuff. Now, if you just release the game as a single package and drop it, that's going to be cool for a while, but usually those games kind of tend to die off after a couple of years without keeping fresh with new content. And so this is not only just about having cosmetics that people can buy and making money. It's also about trying to give the game legs, extend its lifespan, make it a bigger deal to people by having a wider player base come in all at once, with it being free to play. But you still got to make your money on it. So how do they do that? Yeah, you have microtransactions. You have fun things for people to buy. And they're going to, because of this, you can think like years from now, what are the interesting things they're going to come up with that we're going to be able to get as in the game? Like, even I spend a lot of money on Fortnite for buying stuff for my daughter. Every night she's excited at 7:00. She knows when the item shop hits, right? And it's stuff that's like, okay, buying any of this stuff does not matter. It doesn't help her in any way. It doesn't make the game any more fun or less fun. But it is fun and interesting to be able to play around with stuff and try different things and have unique things to play with. Like they had the Marvel stuff going on now and the Halloween stuff. Now, I'm not saying they're going to make it all gimmicky and Halo like that, right? But there's a lot of things that Halo fans may care about that they can't do with this, that because they will have money and time to invest in this down the line, that will be exciting for fans because the money will keep rolling in for the title. So that's what it's all about. And I'm personally completely fine with it. I'm excited that they made Halo Infinite free to play for the multiplayer, just because of the amount of people that are going to be brought into it. Because as a Halo fan, I want Halo to be huge, right?
But I don't feel like
I want it to be even bigger. Halo's gotten this thing where like people have like kind of like started hating on it, over the years, because it hasn't lived up to like Halo 2 and Halo 3, right? And now Halo 4 was really good, and the single player and the multiplayer wasn't as good, right? But in Halo 5, they got the multiplayer right, and the single player a lot of people didn't like. And it's kind of like people always love to like hate on Halo, right? And
that's not gonna change though, bro.
No, it's not gonna change, man. But like the more people that get access to it and actually can play the game, maybe the less haters there'll be, because they actually can play it now. You know what I mean? So I just want more people to try the game without criticizing
I think that is a great thing, and I think you make an excellent point. But I want to add on to this. Halo is the largest first party IP ever.
Yeah.
There is no other IP that can touch those numbers, first party. And it will continue to be a juggernaut. Believe me, if Halo Infinite was launching this year, there's not a multiplayer game alive that will be stupid enough to launch alongside it, because it is that kind of game. But I agree with you, making the multiplayer aspect free does give, because it's the same avenue of what you was talking about. Fortnite is huge, not because it's the best game in the world, but because it's accessible, right? It's accessible to all audiences, and now on the phone, now and think about that. Think about Halo Infinite being on the phone now, and being something as large as it is, being able to be played everywhere at any given time.
I talk extensively about that exact thing, like on one of my podcast episodes, where it's, you have Halo on xCloud. It's going to be, and we just think about it as it is today. But if you think about the future, right? It's not just even on the phone and mobile devices, which it's going to be on every mobile device pretty much. But it's also TVs are just going to have the app built in,
Right.
And then you got like Microsoft's talking about with the Microsoft Stick thing, right? That possibly might come out. Then you got the Google Play or whatever the Google device is, right? You got so many different devices are going to be able to have access to these games at a subscription price with an easy entry point of $1 for a trial. That if there's something that's getting that much hype and that much excitement, and you have the accessibility to try it for a very cheap price, it is going to invite so many people to the ecosystem to at least give it a shot. And having Halo part of that is just going to be crazy, man. And I hate that it did get delayed, but I also at the same time, I want it to be successful and I want the campaign to be really good. But I just, man, if the console was launching with Halo Infinite and it was going to be with xCloud and everything right now, like it would just be even more insane, you know?
Well, it kind of goes back to the point about CD Projekt Red and their Cyberpunk, right? You want it to be the best and you want them to be proud of the product. So it's okay if they delay it as long as when it drops, they're happy that they can stand behind it confidently and say you're going to love this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my thing is it's a little disappointing of these games, these big games getting delayed, but let's be real. At the end of the day, when it finally drops and it gives us what we're looking for, we ain't got nothing to say. We ain't got nothing to say. It's already gonna be on and popping.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited about everything with what's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Midway, any thoughts on this?
Don't get me started on the amount of money I spent on VC just so my player didn't suck.
Well,
I mean,
that's a different model there. We can talk about that.
yeah.
That would be
Yeah, I mean, Anthem was a grind. You know, you had to you had to grind just to try to get something, try to get the relic armor and all that stuff, you know. So I mean, some people, you know, they're just a little more impatient and just want to get it right away, and if they want to spend a couple extra bucks just to, you know, make their character more individual, I mean, they're giving them that option, right? Microsoft says they're all about options, right? So I mean, I'm looking forward to grinding and you know earning everything. I'm not gonna be trying to spend anything to get what I want. So I mean, but I'm not gonna bash the guy for wanting to look a little better a little sooner. I mean, I'm excited for the game too. I mean, I can't wait. I mean, uh, I'm definitely curious because you know now everything's starting to become more uh service based. So I mean, it's something that definitely gets me a little more ramped up for the future because now we just got to worry about like DLC and stuff like that. I'm just waiting for the next iteration of the next game, and hopefully everything will be nice and seamless. But yeah, I'm for the pay cosmetics part. I'm happy for anybody that wants to look a little better a little sooner.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the same way. I think that for me, it's just not a big deal. And if I like the game, I'm gonna support it with microtransactions. I mean, maybe it's not always the smartest thing to do, but that's just me. There's a lot of stuff that I like to buy things for, especially when it comes up to like festivities and holidays and Halloween themed things and Christmas themed things. I'm really a sucker for those things, and I end up just buying that stuff.
Well, I think a lot of things get lumped into like when people see the word microtransactions, it's like, oh, it's microtransactions, or if it's like crunch, right? Like the controversy that was going on there. Oh, it's crunch. You know, like things get like lumped in to categories, and people don't really dig in deep or actually understand what it is they're doing to how it's actually going to affect them, which in this case is zero, right? So um people just need to dig in a little deeper instead of overreacting to headlines.
Well, they made to clickbait. That's the point. And the thing is, you have to you have to be realistic with yourself and understand that they're just trying to get you to click on their stuff. Okay. They're just trying to get, it might be misinformation. It might not be, but at the end of the day, it's like, how many multiplayer games have you played that does not have microtransactions? And it's very few, because most games are games as a service now. I mean, even Rogue Company is still in beta, and it's got cosmetics. They're expensive as I don't know what, but they're there. And all I'm saying is, this is a normal thing going forward. This is not some new thing that somebody else is. Halo didn't start this. So if they're doing it, it's normal for them to do it. How else are they going to pay to keep these servers running? Come on, man. It's just,
You mean it's
as
not completely free?
you know what I mean? Like, it's freemium, just like all the other games they may play, right?
The
And that's
model
kind
works.
of
Look at Apex, Fortnite, Warzone, right?
Yes,
like
it works. It works, and that's why they're gonna do it. And there's nothing wrong with it. And the thing is, you don't have to spend the money. So there's nothing to cry about. It's not gonna change your game if you don't have that skin. Or that dance, right? The emote. But it will entice you to do so, because you're gonna see something that catches your eye and you're gonna spend that cash.
Yeah, only people that are gonna be sad about this is the parents that their kids addicted to Halo Infinite and beg them every day for the Halo Infinite item shop or whatever it's called. But it's a fun thing at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Something else to get your kids and spouse for Christmas is Halo Infinite. What are they going to call it? What are they going to call the currency?
I don't know, but just get them a Microsoft gift card and they can buy their own.
There you go. Hey, I got Halo bucks for Christmas, Dad.
Yep, you got $20 or $50. Here you go. Whatever you spend it on, that's it.
Yep.
Now, it's something they need to do is make Craig the Brute a microtransaction somehow.
Oh, that's coming.
Yeah,
it's going to be a special edition console.
He's the new mascot, so he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're just about out of time. I kept you guys on here over 2 hours. Hopefully, it didn't feel like 2 hours for you guys. And
oh no, man! I had fun. I really like talking with you guys. Hopefully I come back at some other point. Maybe we can chop it up at some time. I'm glad to be here, guys. We had some good discussions, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. To all the people tuning in now, you're going to see there's a part 1 and a part 2 because this internet in Florida is not so stable, and it cut us off in the middle of us talking about DMCA. So there's jokes now that we got DMCA'd. So look for part 1 and a part 2. This is called Four Guys with Quarters live stream, but I'll update that a little bit later once it renders on stream. But not to keep anybody in here any longer. With you, PK, where can people find you, man?
Hey, listen, I have my own YouTube channel called PK Entertainment. You can find it, PK Entertainment Live, on YouTube. I do a lot of different content. I don't just do gaming. I am a blurred. I'm a black nerd. I love everything from comics, gaming, anime, wrestling, UFC, you name it. I like it. I love it. You can also find me on Twitter at PKX Live, and you can find all my links to all my IGNs on all the gaming platforms except for Switch, because that's a friend code. Though I could put that out there, I just haven't done it. But you could definitely hit me up and we can get down on some games anytime. Also, one last thing, you can find me every Friday on GRG at 8 Eastern. And if clowns don't mind, I give them all the links they're throwing down in the description with part 1 and part 2, just in case people miss out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that for you. No worries, man. Fun. Where can people find you?
So I am also on YouTube. Channel is Fun Speculation. On Twitter at Fun Speculation. And you can check out my podcast. It is Xbox Ultimate on my YouTube channel, and also it's on all the audio platforms pretty much. That releases on the weekends. And I got to mention, I am having a giveaway on the 30th of October on my stream, where I'm having Fun Speculation Fright Night live stream. I'm going to be playing games with some people from the community, and I'm giving away a copy of Cyberpunk 2077, one digital code for that at the stream. You will have to wait 3 more weeks, though, to play it, unfortunately. However, you will still get the code. And if you would please go to Twitter at Fun Speculation, you can see pinned to the top of my profile is how you will enter to win the copy of Cyberpunk. But yeah, that's it, man.
That is a pretty cool giveaway that you're doing. I think Flamish is already aware of that. He's probably like retweeting that nonstop.
Yeah, there hasn't been that many entries so far. So hey, there's still a decent chance of you guys winning right now, because you got to do 3 things. You got to retweet the tweet, sub to my YouTube channel, and then just at some point during the stream on the 30th that night, just type in 2077 into the chat. You do those 3 things, you're entered with a chance to win.
Oh, nice, man. That sounds really cool. So everybody go check that out for sure. It's definitely a good contest. I mean, Cyberpunk is going to be a huge hit coming up, especially with next gen consoles launching. So yeah, go ahead and try to win that, and go follow his channel. Go follow PK. And Midway, man, where can people find you when you're not at the gym looking like the Hulk or Hulk Hogan?
Stop it. Just stop it. Midway 7 Monster on Xbox Live. Midway 8 Monster on Twitter. Great podcast, PK. It was a pleasure. Mav, also a pleasure. Glad I got to talk with you guys. See what you guys are all about. Like I said earlier, this podcast was for VJ Flamish, who was on the show. Always a hoot, always a fun guy to talk to. And for those of you in Russia, do svidaniya.
Yeah, that one person's still watching. Let me go see. Yeah, I don't know if they even understand what we're saying, but they're still watching.
They just like your beard, clowns.
Oh, you know, let me do this then. Yeah. Okay, so I showed it off there.
You should mention that you're going to be dying at green, possibly.
Oh yeah, I forget. You know, I always forget about my own giveaways, and Flamish has got a giveaway going on too. Flamish's giveaway starting on Saturday. He's gonna post up a video about what kind of ridiculous stuff that he might do. No, guys, he's not gonna create an OnlyFans page. I know it's the #1 request that everybody sends me. No, he's not gonna do that. He's already confirmed that is X-nay. No, he won't do it. However, my giveaway, if I reach my goal on for Gamers Outreach, I will dye my beard green, and I would probably look like somewhere between a mix of a dwarf and a leprechaun because of my height. So it would be very interesting if you guys help me reach my goal. I know Matt Byron's in the chat already contributed towards it, and I thank him greatly. It goes to help out the kids in hospitals. That it gives them a chance to play some video games. Really cool cause. All the money goes straight to the organization. I set it up through their own links that they give you to set up for charity. So straight 100% to them. It is tax deductible in case anybody is asking. But yeah, it creates Xbox go-karts for kids that are terminally ill or in the hospital for long term, and they make it safe and it's sanitizable and it's just easy for them to play, and they don't get out much. So it's a really cool cause. And my beard will turn green, which I know the whole internet wants to see that. The 21 people in the chat right now want to see that too. And the rest of the 3 billion casual gamer market on mobile phones probably want to see that too. So just throwing it out there in case you guys are listening later on in the podcast feed. And thank you very much. You can find me at Italian Clowns on almost all social media. Four Guys with Quarters on Tuesdays, 5 p.m. is the main podcast. And then Flamish and I do a news show occasionally. Lately hasn't been as regular as usual. But we do have some interviews coming up. I've scheduled Lucy from the Battletoads. I scheduled Kosha is working with me. She's a voice actress, and she has some credits in TVs and movies, as well as Wonder Woman 1984. And we're working with Scott from Feardemic Games to get him on for an interview as well. And there's probably more, and I'm sorry that I don't mention your names. I've been in emails like constantly all week, so that's my fault. But check it out. We've done some great interviews with Siobhan, with Kelsey Abbott, with AJ from Delilah Studios. Yeah, so go check all that stuff out, and thank you very much for coming and watching every week. It's always appreciate everybody in the chat. Big shout out. Thank you guys very much, and until next time, see you guys later.
Peace.